Happy Wednesday! Today is Wednesday, May the 6th. I almost said 5th. May the 6th. And today, the daily Bible readings are Psalm 100, Jeremiah 23, 1 through 8, and then Matthew 20, 17 through 28. And this is always a fun, I guess fun's a good word, passage from Matthew for me because it's all about mama's boys, right? So have you ever heard the term lawnmower mom or lawnmower parents? Like you've heard the term like helicopter parents or like smothers or momsters, right? The mother in this passage is the original lawnmower mom, the original momster. She doesn't just hover. She's kind of like a lawnmower. She goes in and knocks everything down and pushes everything out of the way that's going to get in the way of her little schmoopy's success, right? And keep in mind, these are full-grown men, right? So I guess the truth is momsters never die. They just fade away, and even then, not really sure, maybe. But so anyway, you have the sons of Zebedee, and we're told that their mom, the original momster, she comes to Jesus. Now, I mean, they kneel before Jesus. She's at least got that down. She's willing to kneel and at least make it look good. But it says that she comes and kneels down before Jesus, and he's like, "What do you want?" And she's all about securing a place for of honor in the coming kingdom for her darling little schmoopies. And the great thing is that Jesus kind of has to break it to her that she doesn't really know what she's talking about. And he's kind of like, "Hate to break it to you, Karen, but your boys aren't qualified for this position," right? And he goes on to ask them, he says, "Are you all prepared? Can you drink the same cup that I'm about to drink, the same cup that I have to drink from?" And of course, like you do in any good interview, you lie, right? And you say, "Oh, yes, most definitely. We can drink from that cup, Lord," right? That's what they say. And, momster's probably right there, saying, "You better answer yes to this question." But anyway, he asks them, "Can you drink from my cup?" And the question they should have been asking is, what is in that cup? Because if they'd been paying attention, right before this happened, right before their momster, dragged them out of the house and muscled her way to the front of the line with them, they would have heard what Jesus was saying about what was waiting for him at the end of this journey. Matthew 17 and through 19 says, "While Jesus was going up to Jerusalem, he took the 12 disciples aside by themselves and said to them on the way, 'See, we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be handed over to the chief priests and scribes, and they will condemn him to death, and then they will hand him over to the Gentiles to be mocked and flogged and crucified, and on the third day he will be raised.'" So that's what's in the cup that he has to drink. And he asks, the momster's sons, "Do you really want this? Do you understand what this means to follow me?" And they, of course, like I said, lie like you do in the interview apparently, and say, "Oh, yes, we can definitely drink that," even though they don't really know what the cup is or what's in it. And what it is that if you're going to follow him, you have to drink from his cup, and his cup is going to be full of persecution by the lords of this world, which is interesting because that kind of brings us to the next part of this text. So you got to picture that the momster is dragging her darling little schmoopies up to the front of the line, tells the Lord to declare that they will sit at his right and his left hand in the kingdom. And we're told that the 10 heard it and they were mad at these two brothers. And I don't think that they were mad, just going out on a limb here, I don't think that they were mad at them because it was so out of order or that they were so disgusted that these guys should have it so terribly wrong. I think they were mad at them because they were like, "Well, that's a good idea. Why didn't we think of that? We should have had our moms here," right? And I'm pretty sure they all had their own smothers that would have come and fought that battle for them. But they're really mad because they didn't think of it first. And so it's 10 against 2. The 10 being mad at the 2, the brothers Zebedee. And like I said, it's probably not for the right reasons. They're just mad because they didn't get there first. So this is where Jesus kind of has to sit them all down, right? I'm hoping this mother was still there. By this time, she probably had beat feet because it was maybe getting a little too hot. And he sits them down and he basically explains to them that there's lords and servants and shepherds and tyrants, and they need to decide which one they're going to be. He's pointing out to them that they're not in this, right? They're not in it for the power like others are, because that's what bad shepherds are like. The other text for today, Jeremiah 23, 1 and 2, follows on this whole trajectory that we've seen so far in the daily Bible readings for this past week about shepherds, the flock, good shepherds, bad shepherds. And here at Jeremiah 23, he says, "Woe to the shepherds who destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, says the Lord. Therefore, thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, concerning the shepherds who shepherd my people, it is you who have scattered my flock and have driven them away, and you have not attended them. So I will attend to you for your evil doings, says the Lord." You're not in it. If you say you're going to follow Jesus, if you say you're going to be a servant of his, you're not in it so that you can lord it over people. As he says here to his disciples in verse 25, you know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their great ones are tyrants over them. It will not be so among you. So if you are coming to the church thinking that you are going to be able to earn great honors for yourself and lord it over people, or push your way into things so that you can get what's best for you or what's best for the people close for you, you're kind of in the wrong place, is really what this text is saying. You're not here to lord it over people, but you're here to serve them. And just like the Son of Man, he says, came not to be saved, but to serve, right? And that means drinking from a cup that isn't going to be the best tasting thing. So, if you are really thinking that it's all about, deciding who's going to sit at his right and his left hand, he has to break it to you, Karen. That's really not even his call to make. His is just the cup to drink, and you get to drink it with him. So, anyway, have a happy Wednesday. Have a good day. If you're a college student, young adult, and you're needing a Bible study, we'll be online tonight. And you can private message us if you want information about how to find that. We'll be finishing up the minor prophet Amos. And anyway, have a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Boop.